So I'd like to start this video off by answering the main question first. Did it help? Yes, I believe it did help. I feel completely different than I did before I did the fast. So I have a condition called Gerd, which has to do with acid reflux and a valve in your digestive system that doesn't close properly, so the acid and contents of the stomach come back up. I'm not an expert, I'm just explaining it kind of as I know it. Coming back up and causing heartburn and causing all kinds of issues. I've had these issues for probably about a year, and I didn't know what it was for the majority of that time. There have been times where I literally thought that I was going to die that day. I've had all kinds of crazy symptoms. If you've got GERD, you understand what I'm talking about. Pain in my side, but also pain that seemed like it moved around. I never really got bad heartburn. I didn't feel a burning sensation, which made it even harder to diagnose. I just felt a lot of discomfort in my chest and like around my diaphragm, and found out that that was really my digestive tract. So once I kind of found out I had GERD, I looked into fasting because I'd heard fasting was great for resetting the body. My history with fasting is I've done a bunch of 3-day fasts before in my life. Usually if I get sick and I don't want to eat for 24 hours, I'll just not eat for a couple of days after that and do a bit of a reset. 5 days fasting is the longest I've ever done. And boy, 5 days is a bit harder than 3. So right off the bat, I don't want to say that you should do a 5-day fast. I didn't look into it much. I'm not an expert, as I said before. I just jumped into it and gave it a go. I didn't do much research before I started, which I should have. And if you're going to give this a go, I recommend that you do some research, because there were some basic things that I didn't know about. So I started on day 1, was fine, didn't get hungry. Day 2, again, fine, didn't get hungry. I found that my sleep was a bit better. One big thing that comes with my GERD and the discomfort is at night I just cannot sleep. And that, a lack of sleep really sinks the ship. So that was great to be able to sleep a little bit better. Day 3, I had not so much hunger, but I was walking outside and I felt like I was going to faint. I felt like I was completely run down. And I felt like I probably should break the fast. I started looking into it and I thought, oh shit, I probably aren't having enough electrolytes. So I had an electrolyte drink which made me feel better, but still my energy levels were not there. And then I was drinking a bunch of water, which then I found out if there's no sort of mineral content in the water, it can actually dehydrate you. And because I'm not eating, I probably get a lot of my hydration from food because I eat a lot of fruit. So I've been drinking lots of water. We drink rainwater here, and that was dehydrating me. So I started putting some pink Himalayan salt into my water and drinking that, and boy, that changed the game, made me feel a lot better. And as well as I took a swig of extra virgin olive oil each day, and that gave me a bit of fat but didn't spike my cortisol levels, which meant that I was in a fasted state. It wasn't breaking my fast. After struggling on day 3, day 4 came along and that was feeling better again. But day 4 is when I started getting hungry, really hungry, but managed to tough it out. And then day 5, I broke my fast. At the end of that day, I had some bone broth. And then an hour after that, I had some steamed broccoli. And then an hour after that, I think I might have had a pear and some almonds or something like that. So that, when you finally get to the solid foods, apparently that's when you find out if there's more healing to do in your gut. If you feel bloated after having that solid food, it's like, okay, well, there's more work to be done here. I didn't feel bloated after having that. I felt quite good. GERD comes along with, for a lot of people, a lifetime of bad habits and overeating, and that's definitely me. I eat fast and I eat a lot. And that's a very hard habit to break for me. And the thing with fasting is it will give you a reset. It will bring your energy back. It will make you feel great. But what you do after that fast is probably more important than the fast itself. It's changing that lifestyle. I've been really doing my best since the fast, which was, I think, a couple of weeks ago now, to keep the weight off. So I was 92 kgs when I started the fast, and I got down to like 88, I think, and then went back up to 89, which is about where I am now. I'm intermittent fasting, but at the same time, if I feel like I need some energy in the morning, I'll have a piece of fruit. I'm trying to have smaller meals and actual meals, not just eating all day and snacking. And it's a struggle. I'm not nailing it every day, that's for sure. I was on a medication, a PPI called omeprazole. I don't know what it's called. I'm terrible with medication names. Olef, something. Okay. Anyway, I had to take it every day, and basically what this medication was doing was reducing the acidity or stopping my stomach acid from coming in. It wasn't stopping the reflux. It was stopping the acid being there, so it's more comfortable. Basically, it was just making the condition more comfortable. It wasn't making the condition better, which I don't think is a clever way to go about things. I want the underlying issue to go away. I think it being on medications for long term is a terrible idea and will cost you in the long run. But anyway, that's just me. So I'm not taking those pills anymore. I did take them through the fast because, as I said, on day 3, it felt very uncomfortable, and I had stopped taking the medication until then. I started taking it, and it made the rest of the fast a lot easier for me. I haven't taken those pills in probably since the fast, a couple of weeks. I only feel the discomfort in my body when I eat something I shouldn't be eating or eat too much, and it's not as extreme as it was before the fast. I found for me that I probably shouldn't be eating gluten. I already didn't have dairy. I've been eating some potatoes lately, and I think that those might actually be making me feel a bit crap. So yeah, it's not an exciting diet, I'll tell you that. We grow a lot of our own vegetables, so I'm eating a lot of fresh vegetables. I'm having meat. I try to limit my meat intake. I'm having a lot of fruit. I have omelets. I don't drink. I cut out coffee completely. I was finding that when I was drinking coffee, that was burning my insides, and I just couldn't do that anymore. So I stopped drinking coffee, and I've started drinking more herbal teas like stinging nettle tea, mullein tea, and it's a change, man. But that's the thing with these conditions is there are necessary changes that have to happen, and your body adjusts, your taste buds adjust to being more, to enjoying things that you probably didn't enjoy as much before, healthier things. Another thing that really helps is finding something to do other than think about your health and food all the time. A big shift for me was I was living in a lot of fear around my health because I felt like I said earlier, I literally felt like I was dying some days, and I just didn't know what was going on. And the stress that was causing me was probably causing me just as much harm as what was actually happening in my body. Probably making that worse too. I had to let that go. I had to make peace with that. I listened to a lot of podcasts about dying. I read books about dying. I just wanted to really face the possibility that I might die because I needed to let go of the fear of that and just live my life. And it's been working. I will make an update video. I'm not saying that I've nailed this and this condition's cured and these symptoms are not coming back. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, this has worked. And I've heard about another guy in this community where I live who has GERD as well. And he also went the fasting route, and he does a 5-day fast every 3 months. And I'm thinking that's probably me too. I'll give that a go too, because he reckons it's worked for him. So if you have GERD, and I made this video because I was trying to do research about fasting and GERD, and there were so many conflicting things. But so I thought I would just come out and give my experience, because it might help somebody else. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I don't know if I covered everything that I needed to cover on this topic, but I'll answer any questions as best I can. Good luck with it if you have GERD. I know it's bloody horrible, but I found what is helpful is I'm not going to defend the GERD. Like, I'm not going to say like, I have this, so I am a victim of this and it cannot get better. I'm not that guy. I always think things can get better. It's just a better way of living. It's a better way of thinking. It's a more positive way to go about things. And I also think things happen for me. Like, I needed to change my lifestyle. I needed to fix my diet. And I've known that for a long time. But boy, did I struggle with the discipline of doing it. And being in so much fear, discomfort, and pain every day really helped me to make those lifestyle changes, because it was a far more uncomfortable way of living than being disciplined. Thank you for watching. As I said, leave a comment, give it a like, subscribe if you like. I'm not sure what videos I'm going to be making in the future. I'm not going to be a GERD specialist, that's for sure. But I thought this was something that might be helpful for people, so there you go. Thank you.